Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take a whole stack of sources on a topic and really boil them down to the most important bits, the key insights, just for you. Today, though, we're doing something, well, a bit different. Our topic is Ludwig Wittgenstein's Philosophical Investigations. Hugely important work.
Oh, absolutely seminal. Changed the course of philosophy in many ways.
Exactly. And you might be gearing up for, a complex discussion about language games and meaning. But there's a twist with our sources this time, a big one.
There certainly is. So the specific file we were given, it's labeled Philosophical Investigations Wittgenstein Ludwig 8686 EC5C 349X6C Lera 836 0060 883 6A6 7840F Anna's archive.pdf. But when you actually look at the excerpts provided from this supposedly significant document, what you find is, frankly, startling.
Yeah, startling is one word for it. Okay, so let's try and unpack this. Or maybe the question is, what can you unpack when there's nothing in the package? Because what we found when we opened these excerpts was just page after page of blankness.
That's right. No text, no diagrams, not even a smudge, just white space.
Where you'd expect, dense philosophical arguments. It's a real curveball.
Yeah.
Completely turns our usual process on its head, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And it fundamentally reshapes our mission for this deep dive. Instead of pulling insights from Wittgenstein's texts, we're now asking, okay, what knowledge, what insight can we possibly gain when the source itself, despite the famous title, is empty?
Right.
And that raises a really important question, I think, for anyone trying to get well informed. What can you actually learn from the absence of information in a source, especially a famous one like this?
It's a huge challenge, isn't it? I mean, how do you, listening now, become well-informed about something like philosophical investigations from this specific source when the material we have is literally a blank slate? It feels like being given a treasure map, a really important one, but the map itself is just empty. You're looking for X marks the spot, and there's nothing there, just paper.
And what's actually quite fascinating here is that the factual content we can report from this specific source is that blankness, the aha moment, isn't some hidden meaning in the non-existent text. It's the observation about the state of the source document itself.
Right.
In, our world today, we're drowning in information, right? We expect content constantly. So this dive is really unusual because a key piece of data is, non-information. It's the observation of absence from this specific file. Philosophical Investigations, Anna's archive.pdf. It forces you to stop and think about, what a source even is.
So what does this actually mean for you, our listener? You came here maybe looking for a quick way to get up to speed on Wittgenstein's ideas. We usually give you those surprising facts, those key takeaways. But I guess the most surprising fact here is that there are simply none. Not from these pages, anyway.
Exactly. And some might feel, like you said, a bit let down. You promised to deep dive into Wittgenstein, and you give us blank pages.
Yeah. How do we make that valuable?
Well, that's the interesting part, isn't it? Because while we absolutely cannot discuss Wittgenstein's actual arguments, there's nothing visible here to discuss from these specific excerpts, the situation itself becomes the lesson. It teaches us something crucial about sources, about verification, about how we rely on them.
Okay, so the focus shifts.
Precisely. The details, we do have the file name, that long string of characters, the Anna's archive part, and the fact that the content provided under this name is just blank images, that becomes the core data for our analysis. It prompts that critical thinking. How do we check our sources? What do we do when the material isn't what we expect?
It is really thought-provoking, actually. It's not like Wittgenstein intended these specific pages from this PDF to be blank as some kind of statement.
No, almost certainly not within this context.
But our encounter with this material, this specific file from Anna's archive, forces us to think differently. What does it make us reconsider about, seeking and trusting information?
I think it boils down to transparency. We have to report what we find, or in this case, what we don't find, in the source material provided. The blankness is the observable characteristic of these particular excerpts from this specific digital object. That's the fact.
Yeah.
And the value for you listening is in understanding the limits. Sometimes the most critical information about a source isn't in it, but about it, its condition, its provenance, or, like here, its unexpected emptiness.
So that really brings us to the end of this very unusual deep dive. Our main insight wasn't pulled from Wittgenstein's philosophy, not directly from these pages anyway, but from the sheer surprise of the source material itself, those blank images. It really did change the mission, didn't it? Made us look at the whole process differently.
It certainly did. And perhaps it leaves you with a question to ponder. What new perspectives open up when the information you expect just isn't there? How does facing a blank source, a void where you anticipated substance, actually change your approach to finding knowledge, to verifying what you learn?
Yeah, that's a great point. We encourage you to think about that, how you navigate information, especially when sources are incomplete or strange or just empty. It's a critical skill, maybe now more than ever, in this very complex information landscape we're all in.